How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you dropped by today. Thank you so very much. Today we're going to have a bit of a different one. We're going to do Stompin' Tom Connors. Now, if you're Canadian, you know who Stompin' Tom is. If you are not Canadian, I don't know if anybody else knows him outside of Canada, but I thought what a great one to do on Canada Day. So today we're going to check out Stompin' Tom. He's country singer, a folk singer, and basically all his songs had something to do with Canada. He was really into celebrating our country, and he had some really funny songs, and they were always about just kind of silly things. And today we're going to do a song called Bud the Spud, and this one originally came out in 1969. And we're going to see a live version of this song, and I hope you guys are really going to enjoy it because it is a little bit different than a lot of the stuff I usually do. But Tom is such a fantastic Canadian. He died in 2013, so he was a fantastic Canadian, and I just thought he is a perfect guy to feature today on Canada Day. All right, here we go. Not too sure where this was, and I don't know what year it was, but we're going to check out Stompin' Tom and Bud the Spud. Here we go.
Thank you so kindly. This here next song is about a guy that knows more about potatoes than anyone else in the world. It's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, rolling down the highway smiling. The spuds are big on the back of Bud's rig, the bum Prince Edward Island, the bum Prince Edward Island. From Charlottetown or from Summerside, they load him down for the big long ride. He jumps in the cab and he's off with the price of bagels. He's got to catch the boat to make Cormentine, and he hits up that old New Brunswick line. From Montreal he comes just a-flying with another big load of potatoes. It's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, rolling down the highway smiling. The spuds are big on the back of Bud's rig, they're from Prince Edward Island, they're from Prince Edward Island. Now the Ontario Provincial Police don't think much of Bud. Yeah, the cops have been looking for the son of a gun that's been ripping a tire off the 401. They know the name on the truck shines up in the sun. Green Gables. But he hits Toronto and it's 7 o'clock when he backs her up again the terminal dock, and the boys gather round just to hear him talk about another big load of potatoes. It's Bud the Spud.
Now, if you're wondering, is this song actually about potatoes? And yes, it is. Bud the Spud is basically about a whole bunch of potatoes that are coming from Prince Edward Island, where Stompin' Tom was, where he was raised, and coming across Canada. And this is what's so funny about his songs. They were all kind of silly like this, but he was a Canadian icon. Canadians absolutely adored Tom. He was so fantastic. And if you want to know why he's called Stompin', if you see there, he's kind of banging his boots on a piece of wood, and many people would watch him because during his shows he would stomp it until that piece of wood breaks, and some people were like, let's break the wood, and so that is why he's called Stompin' Tom. Anyway, absolutely a fantastic song. I hope you guys are getting a kick out of it. I think he is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's rewind this a wee bit.
And with another big load of potatoes, it's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, rolling down the highway smiling. The spuds are big on the back of Bud's rig, they're from Prince Edward Island, they're from Prince Edward Island. Now the Ontario Provincial Police don't think much of Bud. Yeah, the cops have been looking for the son of a gun that's been ripping a tire off the 401. They know the name on the truck shines up in the sun. Green Gables. But he hits Toronto and it's 7 o'clock when he backs her up again the terminal dock, and the boys gather round just to hear him talk about another big load of potatoes. It's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, going down a highway smiling. The spuds are big on the back of Bud's rig, they're from Prince Edward Island, they're from Prince Edward Island. Ah, play it, Billy boy. People from east to west that like the spuds from the island best, cause they'll stand up to the hardest test. Bread on the table. So when you see that big trucker rolling by, wave your hand or kind of wink your eye, cause that's Bud the Spud from old PEI. Well, big load of potatoes. It's Bud the Spud from the bright red mud, going down a highway smiling. Because he's got another big load The best gun potatoes that's ever been growed. And they're from Prince Edward Island, from Prince Edward Island.
There you go. That is Stompin' Tom Connors. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. That was a ton of fun for me. And you know, Stompin' Tom, he lived till he was 77, and you gotta really wonder why he actually lived to be that old. He was quite the drinker and partier, and he is said to have been a massive smoker, and some people have claimed that he used to smoke up to 100 cigarettes a day. So how he could still sing, let alone live to 77, is a miracle, but who knows? He was a feisty old guy, and he was a ton of fun and a very proud Canadian. If you guys like Stompin' Tom Connors and you'd like to hear more of his stuff, please put down in the comments and I'll do my very best to get to as many as I can. He did a lot of stuff about typical Canadiana things like hockey and farming and all kinds of neat things. So if you're interested, you know, put it down in the comments. Stompin' Tom actually did a ton of songs. In fact, he's actually been known to have written as many as 300 songs in the course of his career. And he also has had over 4 dozen albums out. So he did a lot of work, and he toured all the time. And I never actually got to see him. But any Canadians out there, or if anybody else who actually knows who Stompin' Tom is, if you ever had the opportunity to see him live, put it down in the comments and tell me what that was like, because I am sure he put on an absolutely fantastic show. I saw him on TV many, many times, and I always got a big kick out of watching him. But to see him live would have been so cool, because he was just an absolutely extraordinary guy to watch on TV. And if you'd like to hear some other videos that I've done in the past, just look up here at the end of this video and a couple will pop up. They could be reviews of or reactions to various songs I've done over the course of the channel. And if you're interested, you could check them out. And if you care to, and you've made it all the way to the end of the video, you might be interested in becoming a member of my channel. And if you are, all you have to do is click on that join button. It'll give you a bunch of different membership options. And if any of them appeal to you, you can become a member of Play It Again Sue. And I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. Okay, everybody, have a joyful day, and I will see you all again next time. Thank you so very much for stopping by. Bye-bye.